Hi guys, today I am going to talk about how to create drop downs that are dependent, and there are different functions that we can use for creating drop downs such as indirect, index, match. Today we will be talking about indirect function. So before we start, let's learn how to create a list, and learn how to create a simple drop down using data validation. So first, suppose this is my sample data where I have list of fruits. So I am going to give this list of fruits a name which we will refer directly using the indirect function later. So select the list, go to formulas, click on name manager, try to click on new, and then give the list a name. For example, that I have given here is fruit. So if you see, you can't give the name as numbers. Okay, so if you give the name as numbers, there will be some error messages. So you remove this one and just select. So now your list has a name which is fruit, and the values are apple, banana and oranges, etc. Now click on the cell where you want to have your drop down, select it so that you can easily identify where is it going to be. Now go to data, select data validation, click on data validation. In this, select list and then choose as a source the name that you have given, that is the name of your list. So fruit, once you click on OK, you will see that all the values of the list has come in this drop down and you can select from them. So this is the basic of how to create a drop down using a list. Now let's talk about dependent drop down. When based on the value of first drop down, the value of the second drop down will vary. So let's go to the database. This is we'll use this part of the database for my first example. So we have three types of food category: fruits, fast food and soup. And we have under fruit we have different type of fruits, under fast food we have different type of foods, and under soup we have different type of food. So for first we'll create a drop down. Before that we have to create the list for all these three. So for fruits, I'm going to do it just to show you once again how to create the list. So for fruit, we'll give a name. This is our one list. Now we'll create another list which will be for fruits, and I have named it as fruits. The name should be same as what's the value in this drop down, what's the value in this list. So for this we'll choose the values which are fruits, like these, and we're done. Now we'll create for fast food, and the name, I repeat, should be the same as it's given in this boxes and the previous list. So you create a list for fast food. Similarly, create the list for soup. Select these values, click OK. Now all the lists have been created. Now go back. Here you want to have your first drop down, which will be based on fruits, type of food categories. So here we have given this the name of the list. So click on equal to, and you'll get your three categories. Now here, based on what you have selected here, the value should come in the second drop down. Now for this we'll go again to data validation, click on list. Now here we'll type indirect function. We'll type indirect function and then we'll give the list name, which will be this one. So what we are trying to do is, whatever the value is in this drop down, I'm telling the drop down at G4 to copy the value from E4 and give me the indirect value, what this value is referring to. So once you click on OK, you will see for fast food you're getting pizza, burger and pasta. So if you change it to soup, you'll get the options as tomato cream or clear soup or coriander soup or something. And if you go to fruits, you'll get the list of fruits. So this is how you create dependent drop downs, where the second drop down is dependent on the first drop down. Now in case if we have three drop downs, like simultaneously, let's do one more example where we have three drop downs. So the data here is, like, if I select a particular state, then I should get the list in the second drop down, which the list will be of the cities that are available in that particular state. and then if I select one particular state, I should get the possible number of pin codes that are available in that city, that are there in that city. So there are 3 level of the drop downs. So let's do this. For the first one, I have for the sake of convenience, I've already created the list for all these. As you can see, I'll go to the formulas and see name manager. There are so many lists. I have already created a list for each these, and the values are assigned. So we'll directly move on to create the drop downs. Now let's go to data and data validation. First drop down, which will be our state. So we'll create a drop down. I have given the name to the list as state. Okay, just hold on a minute. I think I have given the name as state. Let's see what was the name of the list. States. Okay, so now it's very important that you remember, or you just know what's the name of the list that you have given. So we'll write states, we'll click OK, and we'll get the list of the states that are available. Just to know which cell we have in drop down in, we'll just give it a color. Now here, based on the list, we'll create another drop down. This is list. Go to indirect function and then the value of this cell. Click OK, and you'll get the value which all cities are available. Now for the pin code, we'll again select a cell, go to data validation, click on the list, and now again indirect the value. So you'll see that this time we'll get the values for this. If we select different city, altogether we'll get different values. If we select different state, we'll get different cities. If we choose those cities, we'll get different values. So this is how we can work on multiple drop downs.